Hi, Ralph again, back here at the Market Street. And today's show, we are going to be doing a chuck steak in a foil tent, low and slow. This steak is a little bit thinner than what I was hoping to get, but it's just my wife and I for dinner tonight, and we don't really need a ton of food. This is going to be so easy. I've also got some baby carrots to go with it, and I found these called nibbles. It says they're the world's smallest gourmet potatoes. So we're gonna try them out, we're gonna find out. I think it's gonna fit out really well in this little foil tent. So see how it goes. I will catch you back in the kitchen. Okay, we're back in the kitchen now. Let's get started on this chuck steak. First, I've got the foil laid out. Now I'm going to show you what I did to get a piece of foil this large. Not everybody has a large enough roll of foil to be able to work with in just one roll. So I'm going to have to combine a couple of pieces here, and you might too. So this hopefully will come in handy. I'm going to be cutting two pieces of approximately the same length. Now, I'm laying it out next to the pan that I'm going to be putting it into because I want it to be longer so that there's room on the ends to roll it up. And you'll see how that goes as we progress. I've got my two pieces. I hold them up next to each other and start to fold it over like that. Now I can bend it back over, and I've got one large piece of foil to put my steak on, and my seam should be fairly well sealed to keep the juices in. Okay, now that you have your foil, we're going to go ahead and put our steak right in the center. Going to get that seasoned. Now I got this nifty little toy to play with now. I did a review on it recently. You can probably see it on my shorts, but I'm going to go ahead and use this for putting the salt and the pepper. Can't have too much kosher salt, I don't think. And what I really like about this thing is it is just so easy. Press down, it's off, press on, and I'm ready for my pepper. I will have a link to this down below if there's anybody who's interested. I'm loving it. Next, I'm going to be putting some carrots in here. And I got these teeny tiny little potatoes. They're saying they're the world's smallest potatoes. I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil to them because I'm going to be putting some salt on these as well, and I'd like to have that oil on there so that the salt sticks to them. Scatter those around. Whoop. Man, going crazy with these potatoes. This looks like a lot. Let's see if I can get it all folded up. Turn this into a tent. What I want to do is get these two edges to meet. And we want to start folding that up. Bunching it up nice and tight because we don't want that moisture to get out at all. Twist this around. Make sure all those veggies are in there. Start sealing up the edges. Now, I have already set my oven on preheat to 250 degrees. We are going to be doing 1 hour for every pound of chuck steak. Now, if you have a larger chuck steak, perhaps a thicker one, you might be doing this for as long as 3 hours or so. This was only about a pound. It's just my wife and I that we're talking about for dinner tonight. So it's only going to be in for approximately an hour. If it goes a little bit beyond that, I don't think it'll be that crucial. A little bit longer might actually make it a little bit more tender because chuck steak is not known to be the most tender cut of meat out there. Gonna put that in a pan here, just kind of hold everything together, make sure everything is nice and tight, because the important thing here is that that moisture stays inside of our little tent. And now it goes into the oven, and we will be back shortly. Okay, I've just pulled it out of the oven. Let's see what we've got. Okay, let's start out by tasting some of the vegetables. How did they turn out? The carrot's still pretty crunchy. I think the potato could be in a little bit longer too. And what about the chuck steak? Now that's pretty tasty. That's pretty good. All in all, not a bad method for taking a piece of meat that's traditionally pretty tough. It takes all the moisture, keeps it all around it, so it's staying very flavorful, very juicy, and appears to be cooked quite nicely inside without being overdone. If I took the vegetables out at this point and continued cooking those in the oven separately to just kind of finish those, I think they'd be fine too. And I think if I repped the meat back up, it would stay perfectly warm until the vegetables are ready. But all in all, it's not a bad method. Does everything always work out perfect? No, it doesn't. And you can see what happens when they don't. But again, I think this could be perfect. It just needs a little bit more time. But the steak itself, it's fine right now. If you're liking this, give me a like down below, leave me comments, leave me suggestions, and I will catch y'all the next time. Bye-bye. Okay, an update. I wasn't thrilled with the way the vegetables had initially come out, so I took the meat portion out because the meat was really fine, and I put the vegetables with the foil left open back into the oven, and I cranked the temperature up a little bit to let them finish off. And I think they turned out really well. The carrots, they still have a little bit of a crunch to them, but they're very good, very tasty. The potatoes, much creamier. I think they turned out really well. This is an awesome meal, y'all. So I hope y'all like it, and I will catch y'all the next time. Bye-bye.